Hi, welcome to Lesson 9 of Excel. My name is Sophie and I'm going to be your trainer, coach, and mentor for this particular lesson. In the previous lesson, what we have learned was more about formulas. Okay, if I were to scroll up a little bit, remember this? Okay, so we learned about formula, which is the most important symbol is the equal sign. Add is plus, subtract is minus, multiply is asterisk, and subsequently divide is slash. Now, so the next one that we need to learn is functions. And functions is very useful to most users because what it does is instead of having two cells to calculate two cells, it calculates two or more cells into one, and it's not limited to plus, minus, times, divide, but more than that. So for example, you see the word sum and average, and thousands of it actually. So today's video, we're gonna focus on entering function for the function of sum and function of average. So the first thing that I need to understand is to ensure that, let's say if I would like to enter a function at C15, okay? Now, to ensure the function at C15 that calculates from C12 to C14. Now, before that, we need to understand there are two important symbols that we must learn. Now, fx. Now, so what is fx? So do you remember in lesson 1, we talk about fx, which is found here. And when I point to it, it says the word insert function. Now, another function is colon. Colon is where you can see on your keyboard, alright, is the two dots here as well. Now, let's say if I would like to enter a function at C15, okay, that sums up C12 all the way to C14. What do? First things first, I have to click at C15. Okay, that's where I would like the final answer to be. Now, next thing, I click on fx here. Now, when I click on fx, automatically a box comes out. Now, this box is the insert function box. And let's say if they ask me, okay, to select a function sum, I click on sum. Now, when I click on OK, automatically a box comes out. Now, so here they ask you, number 1, this is the range. What is the range of numbers that I would like to sum up? So you notice that automatically here it states from C12 to C14. Now, let's say the range is outside the range, which is not stated here. It's okay. We can just highlight it and type in C12 colon C14. Now, when I type it in, you notice that very clearly is stated here. Now, ensure that the colon is a colon, not a semicolon. Okay? Now, once that's done, I hit the enter button. And automatically, you notice that the number has appeared here. Alright? Okay, now let's try another one. Okay, at C17, I give you random numbers. Okay? Now, let's say another question I'll ask you. Enter a function at C20, okay, that sums up C17 to C19. What do I do first? First step, I have to go to C20, correct. Now, after C20, next important thing, go to fx. Yes. Now, what is this function that we're looking for? Sum, right? So yes, once it's sum, I click on OK. Now, what is the range that I would like to calculate? C17 to C19. So you can see very clearly here, C17 to C19. Sum is a little bit of addition, it's the same thing, but it's just that more than 2 cells, advisable to use sum. Okay? Now, once that's done, I click on OK. Automatically, you notice that the number appears here. Okay? Now, so how do I know whether it is a sum or not? Okay? So first things first, you notice here, at C14, when I click, the number 7353 appears here. But on my formula bar, you notice 7353 appears here, the same number. Now, however, when I go to C15, 18061 is here, right? But when I click here, it shows me the sum, not 18061. So that's the big difference. Yeah? Okay, now let's try another one. Okay, now so everyone clears about sum function? Alright, now next one is the average function. Now, what is the average function? So as you know, average means that it adds up these 3 numbers and find the middle number by dividing it by 3. So, let's say if I would like to enter a function at E15 in which it finds the average of E12 to E14. How do I go about it? First things first, I click at E15. Once I click E15, where do I click next? FX. A box comes out. Once the box comes out, I click on average. Once average, I click on OK. Now, a box comes out. Now, so what do I need to fill in here? The range, right? So what is the range? You notice is E12 to E14. So let's say if it's clearly here, it's fine. But if I want to type in E12 to E14, that's perfectly fine as well. So once that's done, straight away I click on OK. So you notice here, there's an average. Now, notice that the number here is long. Okay, it's actually a recurring decimal. But leave it as it is. Okay, we will talk about formatting in the next few videos. Okay, but for now, just focus on function, sum, and average. Alright, now let's try another one. Okay, if you random numbers again. Now, enter a function of average at E20 for the range E17 to E19, sorry. So first things first, where do I click? Go to E20. Great. Now to E20, where do I go next? FX. Now once I go FX, what do I look for? Average. Yes. Now if you can't find average, scroll up and down until you find it. Now then click on OK. Now here, they would like to ask you, what is the average that you would like to calculate? So it's E17 to E19, right? So again, if it's here, you leave it as it is. If it's not, you can just type in based on whatever you want. Alright. Now, once that's done, what do we do next? Just click OK. So you notice here that the average value is here. So you notice here is the average function. When I go for 467, it's a value. So there's a big difference between function, sum, and average. So pretty simple, right? So the difference between function, you must make sure that you have fx, and this is on sum and average. Okay? Alright, hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching.